So I actually pay my rent using DeFi passive income. It's a pretty beautiful concept of actually taking all this work we're doing in decentralized finance and cryptocurrency, putting that money in my bank account, and then spending that exact money on monthly expenses, groceries, rent, utilities, internet, everything, right? DeFi covers it all for me. So I want to kind of go ahead and show you an example of that. I have a good amount of capital deployed. First thing I want to mention, I have 52,000 over here, and this is Uniswap and Aerodrome basically. I have over here on Radium roughly about $6,700 deployed, and I have about $7,500 deployed over here on Orca. This does not include anything that I'm holding, which I have like another $150,000 of. And this right here is out of range, so we're not going to factor this in to today's calculations or anything. These are real results that I'm getting on positions that I'm currently in. I just want to go ahead and put that out there. With that being said, we're going to start on Radium. I have this sold to pith position. You guys can see my range and everything like that. This is doing a 100% APR, right? And I just rebalanced this position recently, so I have about $24 in pending yield. Not too bad. Now, if we do the math on that, right? If we just multiply this by a 100% APR, it's about $6,688 per year. Same exact amount that I have in, right? And if we divide that by 12 months, that right there is $557 per month. That's what I'm actually doing right now. If we break that down on a day-by-day basis, that's going to be roughly $18 per day or so. Again, this is a position that I rebalanced essentially yesterday morning, and it's now like 36 hours later or so from when we're rebalancing. So that's on track with what I'm actually getting in the position right now. Now, as I mentioned, I have this Orca position. Once again, not going to factor this in, but when it is in range, it's doing about a 100% APR. It's a relatively broad range, I should say, compared to some other Orca liquidity providers, but still 100% APR. I am damn happy with that, I shall say. But yeah, $7,400 per year is pretty great, and that's going to come out to a little over like $600 per month. And then we take a look over at Metrix Finance. These ones, very, very easy to see. The APRs, I'm doing 148% APR over here on Desync. I'm doing 85% APR on Ethereum to Render. I'm doing 108% APR on Spec to Ethereum, 135% APR on Ethereum to Aether. Now, what you're going to notice, all these are actually down, right? Spec's getting hit pretty hard. This is the worst performer. Should have kind of known this one going into Spec. But Ethereum to Aether, this is my best performer. And yes, the overall profit loss is down. No, I do not care, because if I'm holding these assets in the market, which keep in mind is what I'm also doing with my HODL portfolio, it's my benchmark basically, I'm down as well. If anything, I'm down more than by being in liquidity pools. And to break that down, if we take a look, if I just stuck 50-50, right, of my 25K deposit in ETH and in ETH instead of putting it in a liquidity pool, I today would have $20,155. Now in this pool, I have about $20,050, but then we add my $2,400 in income on top of that, right? So I have $22,400 or so, when most people that are holding ETH and ETH probably have $20,000 if they invest in my same amount of assets. So the point is I'm outperforming my benchmark, which is holding in the market. Yes, I expect a long-term profit here. That's the end goal, but I'm still outperforming holding the market, which is my benchmark, because of course that's what I'd be doing if I wasn't in these liquidity pools, and that's what a lot of us would be doing. So yes, focus on making a profit, but at the same time understand that the markets, they go up, they go down, and if you have exposure to that market, even in liquidity pools, you're gonna go up, you're gonna go down, just as if you're hodling. You're gonna go up, gonna go down. You came here just for the income, then yes, you need some risk mitigation strategies in your portfolio. You need to mitigate that downside. But if you came here to earn income on your cryptocurrency assets, guys, keep in mind, two separate things, then of course you're fine with this market exposure. So again, that is doing roughly a cumulative 123% APR. On $52,000, it's about $178 per day, which comes out to about $5,400 per month. That right there is also pretty good. Now let's talk about divergence loss. Right now, I have $2,800 in earnings and a $2,200 profit versus HODL. So what I like to see is how much of my income is going to cover any divergence losses that I'm reinvesting to cover any divergence losses. So how I do that is I take that 2220 and I divide it by the amount of total income that I have. And in that case, 80% is profit. The other 20% is going to be to cover those divergence losses basically. So I'm retaining about 80% of my income here if you're tracking that basically. 80% of my income is actual income after divergence loss. So if we were to go out here on my 123% APR and say, okay, what's your APR after divergence loss? 98%, pretty damn good still. Now, if we were to project it over a monthly basis, as I mentioned, 5418, if we add that to the roughly $550 that we're doing per month from the Radium position, that's 5968. It's not even including that Solana position, which would be another $500 or so. And then again, 80% of that means we're retaining about 4775 over here. Not too shabby in my opinion. And that 4775 covers all of my monthly expenses, like to the T essentially. My rent is gonna be $32.50 as a base rent. So let's jot that down. This right here is base rent. Well, my base rent's like $29.50, but I'm on a 7-month lease, so I have a little bit of a premium right there, which is like $300 or so. Of course, utilities, let's just say water to start with, that's $100 per month. And then we have electricity, that's going to be $200 per month I live in Texas. It's in the winter, so it's not too bad. We have my internet, of course. I make a lot of content for you guys, so of course, drop a like, subscribe with notifications turned on so you don't miss out on videos like this. And if you need support in your portfolio, you want me to personally dive into it, we have something called the DeFi Legacy Program where we do that with over 170 plus individuals. It's going to be linked right below this video. But my internet, $170 per month, I believe, or so through AT&T. I'm on their like premium plan, got like 1 terabyte or over 1 terabyte. It's great. It uploads videos super fast, and that's what I care about, so I can pump out this awesome content. Anyways, that's $37.20 per month. Not bad. And then when we factor in basically groceries, I'm typically spending like $400 a month on groceries. It's about $100 a week. There's me and my girlfriend, so obviously that is relatively high. Let's just say dinners, which is going to be like going out to eat or anything, takeout even. That's going to be another $200 or so. We cook a lot, and we optimize our cooking so we don't waste ingredients or anything like that. And then, yeah, obviously there's entertainment and everything, which is most likely going to put me above that $47.75 because I probably spend about $500 a month even on entertainment. But all that comes out to $48.20. So nearly to the T, it's covering basically my monthly expenses, which I'm pretty happy for. Again, that's not including this position I have over here on Orca with $7,500, which generates an extra $500 per month or so when it's in range. But yeah, that's exactly how I pay my rent, pay my living expenses with DeFi. I'm actually on track to purchase my first home this year, hopefully within the coming months. That's why I'm on a 7-month lease, because I'm planning on moving into a home pretty soon. And ultimately, I'm going to be able to pay my mortgage with this DeFi income. Granted, like these groceries, dinners, and entertainment, that's going to have to be paid for out of my pocket now. Unless, of course, we scale up the portfolio, which we can do. But ultimately, I'm going to be able to buy my first home with DeFi. And I'm going to make a whole video on that, so make sure to stay tuned for that. But this is exactly how I pay my rent. And you guys can do this too. So you guys can take that income from Uniswap, Aerodrome. You can claim it, just like you can claim it over on Radium. And I'm actually going to walk you through this process. We go harvest, we'd sign the transaction on our wallet, basically. And then all of a sudden, we would have some SOL and some PITH in our wallet. Now, in the example where we need to get this into the bank account, perhaps we swap the PITH for some SOL, and then we swap all of that SOL for USDC over here on Jupiter or something like that, right? And then once that USDC is in our wallet, we can take that, we can send it to Coinbase at a 1-to-1 ratio and sell it basically. So if you give Coinbase 185 USDC tokens, they give you 185 US dollars in your bank account, no fees as long as you're using a bank account and not like a credit card or something like that. Same exact thing goes if you buy, but like opposite. So again, that's exactly how I can take that money, put it in my bank account. So I've been doing the past couple months, taking some profits, putting that money in my account. Not a lot, not even this full 48.20 if I'm being completely honest, because I have been in the sense reinvesting money. Like I would cash money out and then like a week later I'd go and put money back in. I'm like, why am I doing that? Why am I doing all these extra steps? Why not just retain some of that in the portfolio in stablecoins and then like don't put more money in from the bank account, right? It's accomplishing the same thing, less steps. So yeah, that's exactly how I do it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them down below in the comment section. I'm happy to answer them, and I hope you guys found some value in this video. Again, we try to publish the best DeFi content out there, be fully transparent with you. So if you did enjoy today's video, subscribe, drop a like, let us know down below in the comment section. Let us know what you want to see next, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.